Bungie held their Destiny 2 showcase yesterday, and I've had some time to digest what I saw, and now I want to present my reaction and my thoughts to you. Well, today I'm going to be going over everything that we saw in the Destiny 2 showcase, including the final shape reveal, Season of the Witch Crota's End, plus also future episodes after the Light vs Darkness Saga. Well, before we get stuck into it today, let me know in the comments what you thought of that Destiny 2 showcase. What do you think about the final shape? And what do you think about the future of Destiny 2? Have they done enough to tempt you to stick around after the Light vs Darkness Saga? Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Destiny 2. Would really love to know what you think. Well, first of all, let's dive right in, and we've got the final shape up first. So we're going inside the Traveller to a location called the Pale Heart. And we're teaming up with the OG Vanguard of Zavala, Ikora, and the returning Cayde 6, who's mysteriously returned, by the way. We're going to find out more about that later. In the seasons leading up to the final shape, we're going to find out how to get through that portal in the Traveller. And then on the other side, we've got a strange land. Looks similar to Lord of the Rings or even Tears of the Kingdom. You know, it certainly gave off that fantasy vibe. This is an environment that is going to shift and change depending on who's in there. The Witness got there first, so naturally the environment where they are is more twisted and bleak, so it's going to be really interesting. Regarding the story, it's going to be told through the campaign, and this is going to be one of the most linear campaigns Destiny 2 has ever seen, which, to be honest, sounds pretty good, given it's the final chapter in the Light vs Darkness Saga. It sounds like the total focus of Guardians is going to be on that campaign, and then on the raid afterwards. Bungie has a good history of linear campaigns going back to their Halo days. Sounds like we're going to be fighting along Cayde 6, Ikora, Rey, and Zavala as well, so bringing back that OG Vanguard and that trio around us, and hopefully we're going to be fighting alongside them. That would be really good. Post-campaign, the Pale Heart is going to open up in what sounds to be similar to the Dreaming City post-Forsaken. So the end of the campaign is going to lead into the raid, with the Witness as the final boss, as expected. But Bungie say even this may not be enough, and Bungie want Guardians to rally together to beat the Witness. It's not entirely clear what they mean by saying that at this stage, but I guess we are going to find out in February 2024. The Pale Heart is a location that evolves depending on who is there. So when we arrive, it starts to change, and there's going to be a heavy emphasis on nostalgia, including the old tower from Destiny 1. That is returning. Plus, we're going to encounter old locations. Seem like some of the environments there, like old Russia. That looked very interesting. You know, many people are calling out reused assets and Bungie being really lazy, but I don't really think so. You know, I think this is a fitting end to the Light vs Darkness Saga, and quite a clever way to do it. So I think we can look forward to a nostalgia-filled experience. Personally, I'm really looking forward to stepping back into the old tower, you know, as long as they've updated our vault space. So one of the slightly disappointing elements of the showcase was the next part for me, and that was the fact we're getting 3 new supers coming in the final shape. So Solar for Warlocks, Void for Titans, and Arc for Hunters. So given we're inside the Traveller, we are as close as possible to the source of our light, and that amplifies our connection to it. You know, many people were hoping and expecting a third Darkness subclass, but given they both are related to paid expansions, Stasis to Beyond Light, and Strand to Lightfall, I guess it doesn't really make sense to only give the new toys to people who can afford them. So by giving these 3 new supers to all the Light subclasses, at least everyone can play them. So I can see what Bungie is getting at here. Well, the Solar, in terms of Warlocks, the Solar Super looks pretty good. Calls back to Radiance from Destiny 1. Plus it enhances all solar abilities for our fire team. Titans also throw huge void axes, which teammates can then pick up and throw themselves, and Hunters can blink wherever they throw their dagger, and all the supers do look pretty cool, to be honest. Plus there is an emphasis on support mechanics. Although even though these supers do look good, I must say I am a little disappointed that we're not getting a third Darkness subclass. We've also got some new enemy types coming called Subjugators. They look like mini Rolks on the battlefield. They wield Stasis and Strand. Plus they got staffs, and they look like they're going to be like the captains or supporting the rank and file enemies. The stasis ones slow and freeze guardians, and the strand versions have proximity mines, meaning you're going to get all tangled up in strand. Plus they've got some dangerous looking projectiles as well. We've got some new weapons coming, including exotics and subfamilies of existing weapons. Tessellation is a new exotic fusion rifle, and also available today for those who pre-order the final shape. This allows for a full strand or full stasis build for the very first time, so stasis weapons or strand weapons in every weapon slot. Otherwise we've got a new healing auto rifle, looks very, very good. We've got special ammo sidearms that shoot rockets, and also the return of Dragon's Breath exotic rocket launcher, and also the Kvostov exotic auto rifle, and also Red Death is returning as well. Well, after the final shape, Bungie is switching up their seasonal model, so out are the 4 seasons, and in are 3 yearly episodes. Each episode has 3 acts which last 6 weeks long, so episodes are going to be 18 weeks in total. Episodes are also standalone stories, meaning they are self-contained, rather than continuing stories throughout the year. Bungie didn't mention yearly expansions, but I imagine they're going to still do those. They're just not talking about the next steps just yet. Each episode will have new weapons, new artifact mods, new exotics, and also 200 season pass ranks, given the episodes are longer than seasons. The first 3 episodes, they are launching with the final shape. Now I'm hopeful this is going to give Bungie the room to explore new stories, and I really like the fact they are self-contained. Bungie did mention they are going to be cinematic heavy, plus it also gives them the room to innovate with the seasonal model, and now is definitely the time to innovate on that seasonal model because it has become tired, but we're going to have to wait and see if the episodes are the answer to this problem. Bungie are also tinkering with the power level system in the game, starting off with some small tweaks. Endgame activities will continue to have power requirements, like Nightfall's dungeons and raids, but other activities are going to have a set power level. They're introducing a concept called Fire Team Power, which is going to make it easier for new players to jump in and experience endgame content. Now, all you need is one person in the fire team at the right power level, meaning your new player friends can just instantly jump into the endgame and experience the best of Destiny 2 has to offer. Now, this is going to be super useful to reduce the barriers to entry for new players to experience raid and dungeon content. And also the Fire Team Finder is launching in Season 23, which is an in-game LFG allowing to find other players in the game for endgame content. While this feature has lived outside the game for some time, now it's going to be in the game and it's going to be great for squadding up with other players, especially good if you don't have a clan or friends who play Destiny 2. Finally, Bungie also talked about Season of the Witch, with Eris Morn taking on a new hive form. Season of the Witch has kicked off in style, with Savathun willing to help you if you just take care of Xivu Arath. That, of course, is her sister. I wasn't expecting to finish the fight against Xivu this season, but it looks like we're going to be getting a big fight between Hive, Eris and Xivu sometime this season. Hopefully Eris will come through it, although actually I expect her to die. We've also got a returning Crota's End Reprise raid, we've got Necrochasm coming back, and the fantastic Age of Triumph armor. Those ornaments are returning from Destiny 1 as well. Well, there's loads of stuff there to dig into, and let me know in the comments what you think about the final shape. What do you think about Season of the Witch? What do you think about Crota's End coming back? And also, what do you think about the future episodes and the future in general of Destiny 2? I think overall for me, the showcase was somewhere between a 6 and a 7 out of 10. It was okay, it was pretty good. There were some exciting elements in there, but also there were a few confusing elements in there for me as well. But let me know in the comments what you think and what your rating out of 10 was for this Destiny 2 showcase. Again, we'd love to hear what you think. Well, that is it for this look at the Destiny 2 showcase for the final shape. And as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. Well, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.